Hi guys, this is Yu. Yeah, today is a little special. I'm showing you a 1v1 ranked game between me and a random player. I rarely play 1v1, but I think I have reached a point where I enjoy team game enough to actually sharpen up my 1v1 skill. It's quite important. I do play. I do think I play much better at team games. My 1v1 elo is currently 700, which is much lower than my team elo. Um, I'm very good at team plays. I know how to work with certain players, especially my regular teammates. And I do function well that way, but sometimes I do find myself a little weak on defense at the flank. And I think that's because I lack some skills to be a standalone player. And that's when I started thinking about doing 1v1. Um, yeah, another reason is really because I had to do it in order to register for a tournament, team game tournament. So my first 30 team games were done in like a week, um, during which I had no clue how to do a rush all by myself. So my elo dropped like crazy, dropped all the way to 600, and I had no clue why I'm losing games to people at 600 elo, which is very frustrating. Because I do play like a 900 or even 1,000 elo at in games. But anyways, I think I have learned a lot along the way, meeting different people, especially people at higher elo players, giving advice, coaching, tools. Um, yeah, this particular game is when I was being coached by a player that's at least 1,000 elo more than me. So it's quite precious actually, and I find it very interesting. It's completely out of the box and completely unexpected. I would not plan my game this way at all. Um, so yeah, I learned a lot through this game, and so um, I hope to show you this, and I hope you learn something too. Really, the strategy here is really interesting. But right now we're just going feudal. Um, I'm playing as Slav, and the enemy is playing as Burmese. After we reach feudal, we will start to reveal some of the interesting game strategies. Now we're just setting things up, and at this point, I'm just playing alone without coaching. Actually, I think it's about time that coaching started happening here. So early feudal, collecting resources. See what the enemy is doing. So our score is quite the same. Yeah, I think at this point coaching started happening. At this point, our eco score are very close. So I was worried that there is a chance that I may lose to this 600 elo player and become frustrated again. Why am I losing this? So now I'm making a stable. As a Slav, I would normally go for infantry. Maybe that's like lower elo line of thinking. Like you have to play like your civ. Yeah, whenever I play with or I see people at maybe like 1800 elo and above, or 600 1600 elo and above, they don't necessarily play to their civ strength. They go by like what's needed in that particular game and at the particular time. So right now I'm pumping up scouts. Okay, let me slow this a little bit. Yeah, this is completely out of the box. This is an arena, and I'm pumping out scouts in early castle. I'm pumping out scouts for getting all the relics, actually. This is the first strategy that I think is very, very out of the box. Yeah, the scouts are riding on the relics, making more. Focusing on food production and making scouts, and it also got them forging. Just forging, nothing else. And the enemy prepared a castle already. The enemy focused a little less on eco, more on defensive military. Few elephants, pikes. I didn't know he's making elephants and pikes. But I'm making scouts, which is not a very good counter towards them. Yeah. So the coaching's down by Zoschenko, who is probably, his trio is probably 18 or 1900. Not very sure. Much higher than me anyways. And so I'm making the second stable. I'm gonna pump up more scouts, actually. Already made 3 monks. They'll be used. I'll reveal the second strat pretty soon. This game is mostly revolved around 3 strats. So before we had anything, like any military clashes, our eco scores are very much similar, or the composite of eco plus a bit of military score. Yeah, our prep are pretty similar. We all have some stuff. I had like 18 scouts already. So here I'll slow it down a little bit. I'm actually going at Imp. I'm going to do a castle drop at Imp. This is very interesting strategy, and it's very much more solid than what I normally do because there are so many scouts. 20 scouts plus 20 vills, so there's speed and there is some defense in case the enemy has army to deny the castle. Yeah, oops. They have very good counters for scouts, unfortunately. But that's not surprising, because scouts are very easy to snipe in closed space. So I just keep them busy. I can't fight them, so I just keep running around his base to keep the villagers from producing eco. Yeah, just keep circling them around. And yeah, because I am imp already, so I'll be queuing up some traps soon as I get the resources, and start trapping down his castle and then the rest of the base. It's getting really interesting. So now I started, there's a little change of strategy. I started pumping out knights. Just to note again that I'm playing as Slav. My Civ is Slav, but I am not playing as Slav. I am just doing a generic strategy that works well in this setting. Trying to get out, but it's not very likely to happen. So I just keep circling them around, keeping them busy. Yeah, their eco has been on hold for a little while. That's why the blue score has been dropping. And I already got the trap in place. So this is almost GG, I think. Just to be positive. Blue also has a much smaller eco. He has 2 TCs and I got 3 TC. So I boomed really quickly. And a lot of farms. Yeah, resource-wise, I am very superior right now. I just gave up the scouts because my focus is elsewhere here. I'm just focusing on trapping things down and making knights. Cavaliers. So after being distracted by the scouts, the elephants are finally coming back to deal with this. I would think they should prioritize these traps, but they didn't. I think that's their fault. So the Cavaliers are handling everything pretty fine. It's just a generic good counter for everything, I guess. If there are not too many types. And the monks are helping. The monks are helping to... I don't know, I don't control the monks perfectly, so they didn't do too much. Oh, they converted one elephant. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but okay, the monk, the elephant sniped the trap, but it's okay. I'm making new one, and also making more knights with just those 3 stables. By the way, I also did a market thing before going in. I sold like 700 wood to get some gold and hit imp early, and that's also a little part of this strategy. Faster imp and tassel drop. Yeah. Right now this is the last step of the strategy because it's already close to the end of the game. You'll see. Burmese will have to pump out many more elephants, but he doesn't have the eco to do that. He only has 50 villagers, and I have 100. So resource-wise, I'm very superior, and he's just gonna go down the drain. Also taking his gold. Yep, let's speed this up a little more. When Cavaliers or Cavalry don't have enemies, they just have to go in and snipe vills, right? I think besides the very out-of-box strategies, I think also eco is one main reason that I won this game. I'm not sure if without coaching I can win this game. Maybe. Because I am Slav, I have strong infantry, and this Burmese person is mostly making just elephants. I can counter that pretty easily without any tech switch. But still, I think the strategy made the game much faster. Let's see how many minutes. 14 minutes win. Yeah. Without the coaching, I'll probably drag this game to maybe about an hour. Yeah, this is like... let me see when we went imp. At 30-minute mark. That's I don't think I normally go in so fast. Maybe a little more than 30 minutes. Yeah. One habit I didn't have is exchanging for resources with the market and go up to the next age. quicker. And I think that's a habit I have to cultivate in order to play at higher elo games. Um, yeah, this game is very interesting. Opening scouts in uh in feudal, but just just guarding the relics, and then um making lots of scouts for castle drop. That's also very out of the box. I've never seen this before, and it's really fun to play this new strategy with coaching. Um, and then the turn of plot with knights when military clash actually happens. Yeah, the scouts is just for collecting the relics and protecting the castle. They are um, cheap meat shield. And then the actual fight was done by knights. Um, I think though this strategy is specifically designed for this map and maybe this elo, um, because in arena you can hide in your base for longer. That's why we get to do the imp castle drop, and also because it's a lower elo game, so we can do imp castle drop without being denied that easily. Although there is proper preparation, without those 20 horse 20 light cavalry, I think it still wouldn't work because by imp the enemy already has proper military preparations. If they play normally, yeah. I actually tried this strategy because I find it really interesting. I tried this in other maps, in other games, and it didn't work that well. Um, Maybe this is unique to 1v1 strategy, not sure. Yeah, give it a thought. And yeah, again, I hope you find this game interesting. I really love this one. I think I've grown a lot. I played a couple more 1v1 games and also team games when I do some kind of rush. And I do think after this coaching session and the last coaching session on Archer Rush and some other coaching, semi-coaching session where I get like instructions on build orders and like hotkeys, how to set up hotkeys in good ways. I think I have improved pretty significantly. I haven't perfected any of those, but making progress. This is just like the start of my journey in 1v1 Age of Empire games. I think hardcore AOE players should do 1v1. Yeah, I did team games. I started playing with team games mostly because I love co-op games and I love to like play with people a lot. That's what I did very often in childhood. I play with siblings and cousins, and yeah, we would play video games all summer, and it's like so much fun. And so I do enjoy playing with people. But yeah, at this point, I started finding it more interesting to play 1v1. Also because sometimes people do join your game and give you advice and comments, and it's really interesting. Yeah. Anyways, I'm talking so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you. Bye bye.